because, I talked about a few times how there would be women that would talk about their relationship status and how they had kids, and somehow, I don't know. And I feel like I'm not saying that long hair communities like trad wife, but it's kind of sexier to be a woman in the long hair community that's doing it for you because you love long hair. And I don't mind if men think I'm attractive, but you're the kind of woman like you don't believe a relationship's a prize in a box. Because honestly, and this goes beyond like long hair community. Like there was this TikTok video that I just thought the comments were so toxic, the video was toxic, but it was rage bait, okay? So this woman was saying that in order to be like attractive to a man and for a man to not make you split the bill, you have to wear heels and you can't wear glasses. And this woman said in the comments of her video, very problematic, very toxic, I think. And I don't usually comment on stuff like this. She said that her boyfriend would pull the glasses off of her because, he doesn't think that's attractive. And I was kind of scared when she said that. And I don't think that's a play thing. And I know some people think that glasses aren't attractive, but I do. I think glasses are attractive, but here's the problem with that. Obviously, she needs glasses for her vision. And then she came back at me and said, relax, I don't need to break up with him. Because I told her, I feel like that's problematic because if he's getting mad at you for wearing glasses, what if you marry this man and you have children with this man and the children wear glasses and they're not in a relationship with this man and he's their father and he starts saying things like that to your daughters? And this is not anti-men, this is anti-toxic relationship. Because a lot of people in the history of the world feel that their life is not complete unless they're in a relationship. I don't agree with that. I think being in a healthy relationship far outweighs just having that status. And you could be the loneliest bird in the world in a relationship. And I've seen it a million times. And I've learned this too because I haven't dated that many people. But honestly, I didn't really like the dynamic. And I have a list of things that I want. I want somebody that's going to be healthy, who's going to treat me well. And I just expressed to that woman, I thought that was really toxic. And she goes, it's not that big of a deal. I just wear contacts when we go out to dinner. I still think that's kind of scary. And this could apply to long hair too. So I feel like it's not a flex when you say that you're married or have children. It's not a flex. It's creating a fake hegemony. Nobody really cares about your relationship status. They just don't. If you're happy in a relationship, that's great. But using that, especially when you're talking to single ladies, it's just weird. What are you trying to say? And that's why I made that video a few years ago about the problem, how single ladies in the long hair community aren't. Because I saw it a lot where there would be all these women that would talk about their relationships and they kind of all would cluster together, which is fine. People, they kind of, I think they find representation in people that have similar lifestyles to them. But I found it a little toxic because even women in relationships, they actually perpetuate this more, I think. And there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship, but if you want long hair, you want it for yourself. I love long hair. I'm having long hair for myself. I'm wearing dresses for me. If you think that's attractive, and many men do, that's great. But I'm not doing it to attract a certain kind of man. That's not important to me, okay? That is not going to bring me happiness. That's not a prize in a box. God actually thinks you're stronger when you're by yourself in this whole lifetime. And that's the truth. And anybody who thinks that a relationship somehow gives them more validity, I feel like there's something wrong with them. And they should go to therapy for a very long time. But you know what? It's a societal thing. Society thinks relationships are all that. And they're really not. Relationships aren't even that important. They impede your growth as a human being a lot. So, and I don't care. I know there's a lot of people that are happy in relationships, but I'm having long hair for myself, and I'm taking back the hegemony of the long hair community. I'm taking it back. Certain women don't get to like act like they're queens of it, because guess what? The single ladies were the queens too. So boom, boom, boom. And we don't care about, and this applies to many different scenarios, like the women who talk about, oh, if you act a certain way and dress a certain way. And that was another thing that this video wasn't even about long hair. This lady was saying, oh, you can't say that you like to camp and hike because a man won't find that attractive. And I thought that was ding dong dilly, because I grew up in the San Bernardino Mountains. Like, I used to hike every day, and hiking can be very feminine. Like, what? You can't hike? I mean, I used to go all the way out in the woods by myself. The only thing that stopped me was the bear, because honestly, the bear kept going the other way. But in hindsight, it kind of gave me a perspective. Like, I don't think it's good to be out in the woods all by yourself when you see a bear, but then I kind of felt this majesty that I saw the bear. I don't know. I don't think you should be in the middle of nowhere by yourself, really, but you can be if you want to be. And it's feminine. And being a single lady for the rest of your life is also feminine. You don't need, like, these just women on the TikTok that are like telling other women that they have to do certain things to get a man. Okay, so you got a man, but was it a healthy man? Don't you want a life partner? What is it about the relationship status? Like, so that's why I don't always talk about relationships a lot, but when I do, I think about how long hair is for you. It's not to attract a man. And if you're a man and you have long hair, you're not doing it to attract a lady. That's the thing about men. I never hear men that are growing their hair long saying, I'm doing this to attract a man, a lady, or a man. No, men don't do that. It's just like this, it's kind of leftover thought that some women think like that they need to have a man, and there was this like feeling in society that a woman shouldn't be by herself, and something out of a Jane Austen novel, but we've evolved as a society, and if somebody wants to be on their own, they're powerful and they're strong, and they will do self-growth all the way every day. I know our society is still kind of structured where women that want to remain alone are discriminated against. It's kind of true, because like, look at the Hugh Hefners of the world. He could be single till he was 86, and he was disgusting. Hugh Hefner was a disgusting man, but people used to idolize him and tell stories. And I knew when I was a kid, I'm like, there's no way that a man who runs the Playboy Mansion is somebody that's to be idolized. But then stories started coming out that he would like kind of ostracize women that moved into the Playboy Mansion that wouldn't sleep with him. Like, that's free prostitution, ladies. And this one woman didn't want to sleep with him, and I guess she was ostracized by him and the other women. And he had been married a few times, but mostly single. But people idolize that, and if a woman doesn't want to get married, like, they call her a cat lady and all sorts of stuff. It's dumb. It's dumb. Like, it's really dumb. So be a long hair lady in the long hair community, or a man, and not want a relationship unless it's a healthy one. Like, I'll tell you this. I would never want to be in a relationship with a man who pulls glasses off my face. That's not a plaything, by the way. That's abuse. I know somebody's like, oh, relax, that's not abuse. Yes, it is. It's abuse. Because it doesn't matter in what context. He's basically saying he doesn't like something about you. And that's abuse, right? And you go and marry that man, your children are going to be subject to that every day for the rest of their lives until they're 18, because one of your children might wear glasses, and if she's a female, he's going to feel comfortable saying that kind of garbage to her. And that's not okay. So just because, oh wow, you found your prize in a box, like a man to date you, did you find a healthy relationship? That's all that matters. Relationship status is nothing. You will be the loneliest person. Like, I've talked to many people that are close to me, and they were in marriages. Like, I talked to somebody the other day about this, and I was just making a joke about a cute little anchor pillow. I said, oh, will you be my anchor in life? And she told me, you know, my ex-husband was like an anchor, but he brought me down. So she was in a relationship, and this guy, he brought her down because he wasn't stable financially. He never could keep a job. She always had to support him, and she had little kids, and she had to work, and he wasn't helping with the kids or childcare. He was off with his friends. So she might have found a man. She was the loneliest she had ever been in her entire life being married. And this happens to men too. So just because you get a relationship, that's not going to cure your feelings of loneliness. You might think, oh, that my partner will build me up and they'll do this and that. Maybe or maybe not. You don't know. But I'll tell you this, if you haven't worked on your relationship within you, being in a relationship will not heal that component of you. It will not take away the loneliness. It will mitigate the loneliness by tenfold. So be a single lady in the long hair community. You don't need a relationship to fulfill you. The end. The awesome end.